So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to start the technical series talk for the Chinese Institute of Engineers EECS group. In the beginning, I would like to introduce a little bit history of the CIE. CIE actually was established in Cornell University in 1917, more than 100 years ago. Actually, we already celebrate the 100th years celebration in 2017. And there are 6 chapters for this CIE in United States. For Bay Area chapter, which is San Francisco chapter, was established in 1979. And we are very happy to have a chance to celebrate our 40th anniversary in 2019. So here we just share the picture for the community to really try to share our happiness that we are supporting this community, including different kind of technical groups. So in this CIE, our own purpose is to help and promoting the technical sharing to the community. And also we try to build up networking. So that's why we have lots of in-person activities actually before COVID-19. You can see that we share a couple of photos here. We have a hiking or a bowling, or even the lunch or dinner together. Our purpose is try to share our common experience to the community and also try to building our networking. And under CIE, actually, we have 5 different subgroups. And today, this event was hosted by EECS group. So let me, please allow me to introduce this group a little bit. So my name is Wilson. I'm the chair of the EECS group. In the EECS group, we actually have the mission for the following 3 sub pillars. So first one is called Coding Study Group. Coding Study Group was created to focus on serving the data science or software engineers who are looking for jobs. We try to build up this group, which had a meeting weekly based on Saturday, which I'm gonna introduce a little bit more in the next slides, that we want to create this environment for people to share their interview experience, to share how they solve the interview questions in this group. And we also invited people who successfully got a job back to share their experience. So if you are interested to join this group, I will share the information later pretty quickly. Just the point to share this community that this is one of our mission. Second, technical series. As I said, CIE's main purpose is to promote the technical knowledge sharing in the community. So in EECS, the second pillar is to have this technical series talk like today to share the technical experience, technical knowledge to the community for us to learn. And third one is a new pillars we create ourselves. It's called Leadership Lecture. This pillar is the only event for invited only because we believe we want people like us volunteer to support this community. This is the foundation of this community. So we encourage every of you who has passion to join us. So that's why we have this leadership lecture, which only focus on the volunteer who want to contribute his time and passion to us. So this is an invite-only event, which we're gonna invite the experienced leaders to come to have a really almost one-on-one or face-to-face meeting online, have an open conversation, even answer your questions directly. Our goal is to help everyone who want to contribute their time to grow. So here, this is called ongoing event, Coding Study Group. The purpose, again, is for all levels of programming languages and skills. And besides, we have lots of coding topic discussion and a technical interview practice. And the time to have the meeting is for weekly base. Every Saturday, in this fall session, we start from September, ending at December. Every Saturday, 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. Of course, we meet on Zoom. So we are open to everybody who have chance to join online. The next one is a leadership lecture. As I said, it's a community member only, means only when you want to join us as a volunteer group. Together, we will invite you to join. This is the close interaction. We focus on leadership development and the soft skill learning. So we welcome you to join us. We're gonna have a chance to have you guys to provide some of the survey feedback at the end of this event. One of the questions is to invite you, if you are interested, to join us. So the next is technical serious talk. This actually is today's main purpose, to invite our guest speaker, Mr. Yok Pan. So Mr. Yok Pan actually is a first generation immigrant to the Bay Area. And he in person actually owned 2 startup companies in Silicon Valley, which to me is pretty amazing, focusing on medical device and the software industries. For his software company, he offers consulting service and digitized company management systems, such as customer relationship management, CRM, and project management software, PLM. Most important thing is, Mr. Yok Pan is a true leader. He has lots of passion about the leadership training, serving the volunteer works, such as the Connecting Taiwan organization, also the TAITA. So before we come in to introduce further with for this speaker, I want to emphasize again, today, the topic is about cracking the business model for the software industry. So I believe many of you may be interested how Yok be successful in his the startup company. He's gonna have a lot of the sharing in today's talk. So before we pass the stage to the Yok, I want everybody to have a chance to follow us on the social media. And this is the QR code for you guys. If you want to follow us in the Facebook or the LinkedIn, or even receive our newsletter for the future events, please take this chance to scan right now. So Yok, this is your stage now.
Hi, let me change to share my screen. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Wilson Yuan, CIE friends in USA, good evening, and friends in Taiwan, good afternoon. It's my honor to share my experience with you today. Today, we are going to talk about software business models.
Yok, before you start, I want to emphasize to the group one more time, we have a Slido link for you to ask questions. So if you have any questions, please type in the Slido link, which is in the, I think in the chat window for everyone. Once again, please, if you have any questions, go there to type your questions. Besides, Yok gonna have a 5-minute topic for this talk. So this is gonna be a serious talk today. And today we're gonna focus on the first talk. We were pretty much looking forward to deep sharing from Mr. Pan. It's your stage now.
Thank you, Wilson. Yes, definitely that software business model will not be as simple as everyone can guess. Once you get involved, you will find it's like a big hole. Once you dig, and it's deeper and deeper, and it's hard to get out. So I will also tell you why and share this experience with you. So I combine all this into 5 parts. The first part, I will present you a case study. Why an AI company had to get funding in 2019, but revived itself in 2020 with the same AI technology and get $3 million funding. And together, I also will show AI360.work, the business model and how we do. So with all this background, then we will go further for 5 kinds of software business models. So you will try to figure out if you want to start up, which model will be fit into your area. Once you have the software, you have an idea, then it's a kind of successful flow actually exists and you can follow. If you know it, if you don't know it, it doesn't matter. Once you fail several times, you will find it out. So I just present this successful flow. So you can avoid the pitfalls I entered before, and how to make it commercialized. It's a very, very difficult. It's a long way to do. So you have to have a patience. The fourth part is that how can software engineers add value to business operations? There are a lot of opportunities and a lot of area that the software engineer can play, but a lot of company overlook it, or even software engineers overlook it. If you don't know you can do that, then of course you will not do that because you don't know it. So that is some logical layer. I also will share you this. So after you know that, then it will help you to grow yourself, and even in the organization, from the as a software engineer, then become C-level, even to be the CEO. So that is the 5 parts of topics will be, if I have a chance, I will share with you. But today because it's time limited, so we may only cover the part 1, or maybe even cannot finish the part 1. But I don't think it's matter, because the key is you got the message, the key message. So from this talk, the key takeaway message, I assume that you're going to be an entrepreneur in the software business, or you have ambition to become one of the C-level member. So I would like you, if possible, to let you know what is the software business model, because once you got it, then you have all the framework, and you will guide you to make your path more easy. How to define software applications. So that is another trick. The last and the most complicated one is how to run an AI software company. Of course, an AI software company is much easier to run a big software company. So that's the reason why I just say, okay, then I use AI as an example to show you how to do. And in this talk, if you have any question, please just write to or chat to, then Wilson will know, and he may ask a question for you on behalf of you. So I like to have some interchange, interaction. But if we don't have a question in the middle, of course we can wait until the last period. Okay, so Wilson already introduced you who I am, so I will not repeat it. Yeah, so I will give you a little bit background about AI360.work. So as one of the example, so the business problems that, sorry, that seems all this cover some words. I think it's not too troublesome. Anyway, okay. The business problem that AI360.work want to address is digitalization. There are 5 steps of a business digitalization. I think many people already know this, but the last parts here, a lot of people doesn't aware about it. So but to talk about this, we need to talk about here first. So here we call it a paper-based operation without a computer. So everything done with paper. The cost is quite high. The people communicate with each other. It sounds well, but it's very slow. Then go to PC era. Then you have an app, you have a computer. Okay, the communication efficiency increase, paperwork reduce. So and you don't need to hire more people at that time. Okay, now more and more companies actually in this stage 3. It's called MIS. It's management digitalization period. So you will see the more machine involved, and the corporation have a MIS. But a lot of people want to move from stage 3 to stage 4. And what is the stage 4? You have a machine with intelligence as a decision support system to support you, and you will find it's less people. So the system now become enterprise information system. That means the whole company, enterprise, comprehensive. At this stage, we call it business digitalization. Then move to the stage 5. Every computer, every machine have an intelligent. It's AI run. We call it the digital enterprise. All the company in this area, actually it's just like automation car. That's a label 5. And here we can call it the label 4. Label 4, the design, the concept of the design is still human-centered. Follow the human center and just help human to do better or make the job for human mean easier. So the practice actually is you digitalize all those practice, or you digitalize all those activity, make it automation. But here is different. Human is no longer be in the center. It's the service, digital will be the center. So this is called a digital enterprise without thinking about people and the people involved. Okay, so a lot of companies want to move from 4 to 5. I will go further a little bit example for what is 5. In the plain language, it's called a digital twin. Let's take a hospital and the patient and doctors and the drug as an example. You have a disease and you need to have a treatment. But right now, the drug have to try on you and see its effect or not effect. But if you have a digital twin, the drug will try on the digital twin and see whether it's effect or not effect, any side effect or no side effect. So the digital twin is a kind of things virtual, but help everybody to move one step further. Then we are talking about digital twin for human. Then why not to have a digital twin for drug? Before drug develop, you have a digital drug, digital twin drug. So the digital twin drug tests on digital twin human. If it's work, then you go to cocktails to make that drug available. So that is a so-called digital enterprise. That's stage 5. That means enterprise run on codes. Fab, fabrication run on codes. Factory run on code. So that's the stage 5. So last month, TSMC also emphasized they will be in stage 5 a few. That's one of their goals. They say a few years. So great. And NVIDIA is the company that push this. So they have a digital factory. So BMW, Mercedes-Benz, or Tesla, before they build their factory, the factory already built, digital factory already built. So the human already trained in that digital factory before they really enter into that established the factory. So that is kind of the trend. So this is the problem that AI 360 that work foresee. So right now, AI 360 is building the ground from here to here to here to here, and now is roughly 4.2, 0.3 this area. So we will help our customer to move even further. The beauty is that if you don't build this groundwork, it won't happen. One day, suddenly, you just click your finger, then you will be here. No, it's a step by step. So every company need to pass this, follow this path. Okay, so that is the business problem AI 360 want to do, and that's our vision. Unfortunately, that we cannot do the interaction because normally when I talk about this one, my friends or the audience will bring a lot of questions, and it will be discussed very hard. Okay, so we are talking about digitalization, but digitalization is not a problem. I said, hey, Yok, you said business problem is digitalization, but digitalization right now, you say it's not a problem. I say, digitalization is your destination. It's part of tool or part of it, not the real problem, because something you want to pay for is the cause of the problem. You are not pay for digitalization. It's because you don't digitalize. You got problem. It's a pain. So let's go through this. When your skillful worker retired or left, then you lost a lot of skill and know-how. So that's the reason why you need to digitalization. In right now, everybody is short of manpower. People hire more machine to do the job. Yes, so you need digitalization to overcome this problem. And then you have a new employee to train, and even all employees need to be upgraded. The training is very hard. So you need digitalization to help you to do the training. The number 4 is easy. If you hire human, then you have insurance cost. And it's every year is increase and increase. Then if the people absent, they don't come to work, you cannot run. So every company now is thinking about to run the factory 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days, no holiday, no rest. Okay, so if your company only can run one shift, that means 8 hours. Okay, in the Taiwan, a lot of companies say we have overtime, but maximum overtime is 4 hours. So that means that you have a 1.2 shift. But if you run on machine, you have a 3 shift. So the cost will be quite different. They run their machine 24 hours. You run your machine 12 hours, because if no people there, your machine just cannot work. So your cost actually is double than this kind of a factory. So you need to do digitalization. Then you lack a power to reach new customer because you are busy in doing your daily job and you don't try to use a digital tool, marketing, etc., etc. So when you try to reach the new customer, the other one is more quicker to feature out, take away the new customer. So you, in this case, you need digitalization. Of course, when competitors adopt a new technology, you have no choice. You got to follow. So more and more, you could see that that's the big push. If the competitors use it, then you have a higher cost, you have low productivity. Then if you say, okay, okay, I'm fine, I'm still very strong. Even I don't have a digitalization. But if you cannot meet international challenge, some people in Malaysia, some people in Indonesia, some people in India, they have a lower human cost than you are. And if they also have a digitalization, you're going out of business very soon, especially most of Taiwan friends cannot speak good English, just like me. I can't speak good English. So I have to apologize that if my expression is not precise. So the Malaysia, in Singapore and Indonesia, even Philippines, they can speak Spanish, English. So they are far more capable in international competition. So if you don't do digitalization, you're out. But it's always I get this conclusion. It's always I get this response. They say, Yoke, all your talk is like old men talk about everything everybody know. We all know 1 to 9. We are in daily business. The problem is that the solutions are too expensive. We are small and medium company. We cannot afford to pay $2 million per year just for ASP or for Oracle. Or even the NetSuite is $1 million per year. I'm talking about is in US dollar, not in NT dollars. So that's a huge problem. And this is the real problem that push the company to do the digitalization. So AI 360 cover all these problems. So the business flow, that means from order to delivery, from order to receive the cash. I will not go too detail about all this, but you just see the dark blue is for regulation. So for a company, what means the regulation? What means law? It means you must obey. You can run your business you like. Sorry, you are confined by law and the regulation. So before the software system is designed first, then say, oh, here is a new regulation. Here is the regulation. Then we need to change our system to adapt to match with the law's requirement. But AI 360 that work is different. You have to obey the law first. So the law, this module will be the one to define how you operate. Then you go to QMS and MES, quality management system, manufacturer executive system. So here we call it the production. Then you go to product lifecycle management. There is a design, R&D. Then you go to ERP, accounting system. Then you go to sales, CRM, this is the system. So the AI 360 that work is cover all your daily business requirement. So right now you see 1 to 25 is 25 modular, but actually more than that. We already developed more than 50 modular. So make that complicated things to be more focused. So people will say, hey, Yoke, can you tell me your business in a very simple way? Say example, 3 minutes. Actually, it's very difficult to say that. So, but for a business model, you need to make your concept communicatable, easy to understand. So here you can come to see our business model is like compliance and the quality-oriented digital enterprise information system for small and medium company with less than 500 people, which includes CRM, ERP, MES, QMS, PLM, e-commerce, and the AI at the 50% of market leaders' cost. That's the products we offer to our customer and offer to our to the market. And on top of that, every module is customizable. So just like everybody, someone is fat, someone is thin, someone is tall, someone is short. So you cannot just buy one software and fit all. So customization is very important. Now, once your business grow, the system has to grow together. So scalability is very important. Then even important is you have to have a multinational language. If you have a branch or factory in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Singapore, a lot of different places. So your software system have to be very easily to adopt a multinational language. AI360.org, you will all can find out all this. And who is our customer? Because the system is so complicated, we cannot solve it just like a 7-Eleven or SaaS. So you just download and you can play. No. We will aim at the customer unique needs to customization. So mutual trust is very important between customer and us. And we have to build a strategic partnership, because all this project will not be just 1 year. It's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So our customer actually work very long with us. That's help us to grow. And we also help our customer to win and compete in digital age. So we keep on enhancing our product lines, because 50 modules is still not enough. But compared to the others, you have to buy different things from different suppliers to make it all in one. But we are one in all, one for all. And the other thing is the user experience. If you got time in the future or you are interested, I can show you our software demo. Then you can see how friendly the user experience is. Last but not least, you have a business model, you need to have a modes. That's competitor cannot copy your features. We have a patents, so to protect us. So that is the 360 work. And here is again a very quick give you an idea. I will not go through that, but overall to make it simple, we can do RPA, apps, AI, SaaS, outsourcing, IT, digital marketing. For example, if you want to only use one module, for example, accounting, then that SaaS will fit very well. Then if you only want to use a CIM, then SaaS will fit very well. And we also offer our customer digital marketing, help them to do electronic direct mailing, social media, e-commerce, vlog, website, and survey. So that is how AI360.org do. Okay. Now you know it's complicated, so it's not easy to understand. I know that. So I'm going to give you a simpler case for you to know what is the okay. Wilson, can you see this picture? The share screen, is that still okay?
The share screen is gone.
It's gone. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I need to revise it. Share screens. Okay. Room. Okay, share screen. Okay, Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's see this one.
We can see something, but it's not a file. It's a symbol.
Okay, I don't know, something wrong. Now I see the system is with pitchball. Okay. Sorry, not. I'm switching my screen to another screen and to show you that case. So something wrong.
York, do you want me to share my site? So I
Oh
can
yes, if you can share that ESOP, that case.
Yeah,
ESOP.
Do you know which page?
Page. One moment. Okay. Since my screen is
Let me share.
freeze.
Do you see my sharing? So,
yes.
Which page? This one? Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me?
I guess York's computer is crashed.
Yes, I
So I
think
don't
so.
see him on the list anymore.
I want to confirm again, he just stopped at this page, right? Case study.
If you go to the previous one,
I think this topic is talking about, right? 5 different topics and gonna focus the first one today.
right? Yeah.
So I think he's been through this already, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I think he already reached out here, I think so.
Probably the next slide. I think this few slides more, I think.
2 slides more, okay.
Yeah. Next.
Have we started? I think we haven't started this yet, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually the most important things. Why an AI company hard to get a funding in 2019, but revive in 2020 with the same AI technology. So your purpose will be focusing on AI. The business model is not just AI technology itself, but how to marketing AI technology. I think that's York's main purpose. So I'm just let me make sure. So he's back on yet?
I don't see him.
So let me check him out really quick.
Okay. So while we are waiting, if you have any questions, please post it to the Slido. So far we have 2 questions over there. You can also vote if you think that's that the question is good.
So I think Xinming, I think you in person as a software professionals, right? I want to also ask your opinion. What do you think about this software startup in Bay Area? You know, instead of just a big company, just start from a small company by yourself. Are you interested in doing that?
Sorry, what's your question?
I mean, being a software professionals, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about this software AI startup from your point of view in Bay Area?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So me, I personally work at GE Healthcare. So it's a very big company, right? As people know, it's GE. So okay, I think speaker is back. maybe.
Yeah, because I think you are one of the group interested in this.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I think what I can see within the company is we are in healthcare industry, right? So now there's a lot of regulations there. And for me, I am actually building AI models in healthcare for those medical imaging machine. So one thing I think I encountered is we have internal QMS. It's like a quality assurance system kind of thing. But when I'm actually doing that, I feel like nobody really knows how to do that, and we don't have a good template. So even internally, our team, we are trying to automate that part as much as possible. Because documentation is kind of boring, and then it's not the best use of our time to create those documents. If somehow when we are building a model, there's some magic software that can generate the QMS documentation and stuff, then that'll be very helpful for us. Even if it's not 100%, even it's a very small fraction, I think it'll help a lot.
So you think this digitization is really helping the company decision and operation, right?
I think so. At least on my end, I would want the QMS to be automated as much as possible.
Great. So that's get back to Yoke. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back. Yeah.
Yes. Could you share your screen, or you want me to share?
I can share the screen. I'm trying. Yeah. Okay. So, but I cannot share my screen right now. Can
Yes. Let me. Okay. So.
Oh, you have to make me to be co-host. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
I already did. Could you share now?
Okay. Let me do it. Yes. Now I can share. Okay. Let me do this one. Okay. So can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see your screen, and
okay.
Yes. Could you make it a projection mode?
Yes, I'm going to do that. Okay. Can you see that? The projector mode?
Yes, we see it. AI enhance the safety of prescription.
Okay, so I need to put this one a little bit here. Okay. Okay, now this one is much more simple, okay, because this software can be as a SaaS service. So when you want to do the SaaS service, everything have to be very simple, and the application have to be a little bit narrow. This we will talk about later. What you want, what you need to do. Okay, it's a company, it's an AI software company. So they are AI enhance the safety of prescription. What they want to do is that to save life by preventing medication error. And first of all, I have to do some announcement is that to thank Dr. Jim Long, the CEO of ASOP, for allowing me to share his pitch deck. So he used this pitch deck to try to get funding. So let's carry on. So 1.5 million Americans harm each year by the inappropriate prescription error. So here is a kind of traditional way to when doctor try to do the prescription. Of course, when I say traditional, a lot of companies already passed this traditional. Then now they are already a lot of hospitals. For example, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, the Stanford Hospital, they are all been away from this tradition. Okay, now at that moment, year 2019, because this team is in Taiwan. So sometimes they didn't foresee all the advanced technology or application which already happen in the world. But generally speaking, they still catch the trend. So okay, now the traditional one is that when the type of the medicine based on the spelling SOL, then they will get a lot of things. And then the doctor just pick up what they want. Right now, I want you to know these two different drugs. One is called Solexin. The other one is called Solian. Solexin is the medicine. When you have a muscle pain, it will help you to calm down, relax. Solian is also help you to calm down and relax, but it's for mental disease. Okay, so now I give you some background about that. Now let's carry on. So conditional, there's also an alert rules. It's a conditional decision maker system. That means that when someone not do the right things, the alert will come out, but the accuracy is less than 10%. Okay, so that's the reason why I make this company say, hey, can we make something? And in the AI era, we all know the AI is actually a boom from the 2017. So he said, okay, why not? We're using machine learning to tackle this problem. But the machine learning is one side of the story. The more complicated side is that where is the data? How we get the private data? And the data we get is messy. So it's scare away a lot of entrepreneurs. Say, okay, it's untouchable. Not the area we like. But these companies have some advantage. The co-founder, Professor Jack Lee, is Taipei Medicine University's professor and also the doctor. So he can apply for some IRB, go through the IRB and say, can we use these healthcare, government healthcare system? Because he find that there's already have 1.3 billion prescription data in Taiwan. So he can use that one to say, okay, what kind of disease, what kind of medicine, to let the machine to learn this relationship. Later on, use US data to reinforce, to make that algorithm more clever. So that is what he do. So he follow that, he give this AI a name called the Medicard. So the Medicard can do 3 things. Identify, but accuracy is 70 to 80% accuracy. Can do the alert, is real-time decision support system. Can recommend the medication and the diagnosis. It's very helpful because Professor Jack Lee and all the team, there's a lot of doctors work for Harvard Medicine Hospital. So they all know this pinpoint. But the story is that when they first identify the solution, they are not on the track. That's the reason why they are not success. So later I will give you more background, because the points I want to show you is that the same AI technology, why one make is fail and the other one is a success. But of course, we cannot say it's fail, because success is actually on top of that fail. We always call the failure is the mother of success. So it's all the same things, depending on how you see it. Okay, so because of time issue, I may not able to give you all the detail. What is this background? What make the things work? So let me a little bit fast forward. So this is very typical screen that in USA in the hospital. You may also see that before. You have a patient's name. Of course, here is all fake data, high weight, and the things he complained. So he's sneezing for 2 days, they have a runny nose, low back pain for a week. Then he have some medical history, the family asthma. So the doctors, based on patient's complaints, so, oh, okay, I know that you have a rhinitis. Okay, you have a low back pain. So I give you some treatment medication. So nasal spray to reduce your sneeze and the runny nose, and the cataphragm is kind of like aspirin to reduce your inflammation. And he give the sodium. Oh, okay. What's wrong with that? We all know that sodium is for mental disease, not for muscle. So he make a mistake. But who will find out? It seems no one will find out, and so the patient will have the wrong medication. So that's the beauty and the reason why the MetaGuard is very important for this. So okay, now here come with MetaGuard. With MetaGuard will say, hey, sodium, is that right? If it's right, then prescription will be issued. If they're wrong, then doctor will reconsider. So that is the things, the product, the service they do. They send this AI to Taiwan, always this hospital, and also try to have a US FDA clearance. Then Braham Health is the factory, not factory, hospital. They work together. Everything sounds quite good, and the market is quite large. Actually, MetaGuard have a 860 million market size. Decision support system even have 5 billion, and coding 3 billions. Okay, so that's the whole possible market size. But MetaGuard is only aim at here, at the year 2019. Very strong team: Jack Lee, Jim Long, Jeremy, and Harvey Chin. That's a Harvard Health Tech Fellow, and you have David Beats, Charles Safran, and Zhang Hongren, yes, very famous VC, and 健保署副署长 yeah. Chu Wen-tai, yes. Competition analysis, very strong. Big data, broad area, because the data, the bigger the data you got, the broader area you can cover. Of course, accuracy. And the other two he compares is MetaAware and the Google research. Okay, so why cannot get funding? Okay, so then we go for why when he can get funding is he look like this, not like that. Okay, so first one, you will find the risk prime. Risk prime is the MetaGuard. The MetaGuard is the other company's logo. So because they are not foresee that, so they use MetaGuard as their product's name. So in year 2020, they changed the name. Great, because when they don't make money, nobody will sue you because you are poor. You get why sue a poor guy to get money? So they don't get into any trouble. So it's okay. So sometimes if they very successful, make billions, then they get into trouble because the MetaGuard is other people's logo. Okay, so later on I talk why this one DX code have square, because all these 3 solutions cannot be success if the DX code don't exist. So it's like a table. Table have at least if you want a table to stand up well, you have to need to have 3 legs. But you only have 1 leg, the table will fall down. So if you only have a RX prime, it's not going to be the business. So ASOP applied the same technology to support hospital with RX prime, DX prime, and the DX code. So let's go back to why this one is failed. The RX prime, when the doctor write down the prescription, he have a traditional way to support him. And if you try to use a MetaGuard, the accuracy is only 70 to 80%. If I don't use it, still no harm. If I use it, what I get? Something, not everything. And I don't know which part of something I get. So, and the doctor is the one use it, but who going to pay for it? The hospital. Hospital say, why should I pay for it? It's not any benefit for me. So that's the reason why it's failed. It's a product that really help, but nobody want to pay for it. Okay, so for software, when we do the software, when we design a kind of software, we have to see what kind of benefit we offer and who going to pay for it. Are people willing to pay for it? Okay, then let's go back to DX code. The DX code is a kind of code when patient come to the hospital. After here is a DRG. DRG means a diagnosis related group. Right now it's about 500 different group. When you go to hospital, when the doctor give you diagnosis, they will assign you to one category. So if you are in a high risk category, then you just like a VIP. All kind of treatment is free for you. But if you are in the healthy and the low priority category, that means that if you want to have something extra, you need to pay for it yourself. So that is a DRG's system. I think people in Taipei who is very familiar with this. So, but how to assign DRG? It's kind of miss, very difficult. The doctor is trained to treat the patient. The doctor is not trained to know what is DRG. So doctor hate this DRG. In addition to that, hospital, when they want to get money reimbursement from hospital, they have to, each treatment, and they need to give a code called a CPT code. This CPT code, insurance will pay based on that CPT code. If your CPT code is wrong, that means $100 and you only charge $50, and you send the bill to the reimbursement. For reimbursement, the insurance will just pay you 50. He will not tell you, hey, guy, you make the wrong things. You should ask for $100 instead of 50. No, the insurance will not telling that. But if you do the other way around, $100 bill, CPT code, you charge wrong code to become $200. First month, the insurance will say nothing because they are not so efficient to find out. 3 months later, they will find out, hey, you give me the wrong CPT code. You need to pay me back for the additional $100 I pay you. So at the end, the hospital will think about, hey, if I got this system, save my money, help me make money. And the doctor happy with it because I'm not trained to use a CPT. I'm not trained for use DRG. So everybody happy to use this DX code, and it do pay for itself. Okay, so we say that 3 legs. That makes sense. Okay, and then you will say, hey, are you the only one in the market that offer DX code service? No, of course not. All the problem you can foresee, all the problem you already seen, other people will see too. But if they only offer DX code, but you offer from the upstream, middle stream, downstream. The downstream, when patient come, you have this one to prescription. when patient come, you have this so-called documentation. Here it said the case management database dashboard. That means when you see the doctor, the doctor only concern your last visit. When they check your patient history, they will not check back to your when you are 20 years old or when you are 5 years old. They will not read such long history. But those history is very important because sometimes when you're childhood, you have a peanut allergy, but you don't know, you forget. But all that records, if you have an AI to help you to read it, when doctor do the prescription, you will tell doctor, say, hey, this guy have a allergic to peanut. Okay, save time. The doctor buy some safety device for him, mechanism. So you have upstream, middle stream, downstream, become a package. Then it's work. It's work. Let go one step back. Why is work? Then it comes prime with HARE, HL7. That's a regulation for medical records, CDS and hooks. That's all medical hospitals requirement. So that's the reason why once you got that, you are not just talking about something bogus. It's real. And even real is that in September, this software passed FDA clearance. Okay, that's the reason why when this company in year 2020 in March, there are 4 VC invest on them, and they get $3 million funding with the same technology, but different business approach. Okay, that is the story I'd like to share with you. Okay, now as time is up, so for my next talk, I will talk to you about what is a business model. Business model, I can tell you right now, it's very simple. It's the way you make money, called the business model. But what is the way make money? It's very simple. It's just plain language. All the junior high school students know that, but no. Actually, it's very complicated. Very, very complicated. The way you make money is very complicated. The other way, we can say, the way you deal with business, but that is not good enough. The way you deal with business don't really make you make money. So the way you make money is the focus of the business model. Okay, I stop my talk today at this here and see Wilson, anybody have some question, then I will ask answer.
Yes, thank you very much for this very focused software business models talk. The topic number 1, the case study. So you use this company and this startup business product to demonstrate why it doesn't work, but it has a huge potential, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so that's actually we have a few questions in the Slido. Let me share the screen really quick. Let me see. Can you guys see this questions? Okay, so the first questions, Yok, is in 2022, there's about 90% of startup fail. To become the 10%, what should we avoid when starting a new business?
Okay. I think you don't need to be fail in order to be success. If you prepare well and you fail in your thinking, just mean put in other ways, simulation. You can simulate. It's go back to digital twins. You can do your startup as a digital twin. You simulate. Then once you know all of those parameters, then you will be that 10%. Very easy, not difficult. But if you just say, hey, I have a good idea, then you go for it. That you will be not 90%.
Yeah, that's right. And the next question will be, I know billing in hospital has many similar codes, and it's easy to make mistake. What is the best way to automate billings?
Oh, so you in this case you can use ASOP. ASOP already do that. Yeah, because they have 1.3 billion data and all those relationship. Then they hire CPT code expert from USA, Taiwan. So teach the computer to do all these nitty-gritty things. But remember, situation will change. New CPT code will be come out. New reassignment will be come out. Who going to do this maintenance, upgrade? So sometimes a very nice AI software, it work today, but it don't work tomorrow. So that is a very risk issue. So that's when you are using AI software for this kind of automation, you have to know or figure out, are this company capable to keep up their technology and the update in line with regulation? Very important.
Yeah. And the third question will be.
Yeah, wait, Wilson, before we go to the next question. So I think I'm very interested in the case study, because myself is also in healthcare industry. So this is actually one of the project we got, and we're trying to use AI to do this kind of thing. And if it's any machine learning algorithm, it's very, very difficult to reach accuracy 100%, right? So you always need to think about your false positive and false negative, right? For example, if you have a wrong prescription, right, and then you want to alert the user saying, hey, this prescription is doesn't make sense, right? So then you want to, I think, lower the false negative, right? Because you want the machine learning algorithm to really catch where it's wrong, right? So you want to reduce the false negative, hopefully to 0. But meanwhile, there's always trade-off. The trade-off is you might get more false positive, this kind of thing, right? And for more false positive, people will just, I guess, eventually stop using it, because when they see the alert window coming up, they know it's like false positive, right? So they don't want to use it. But in order to sort of reduce that, then you might have false negative, which means the algorithm cannot really catch where it is wrong. So there's always this kind of balance. And I think this project is very, very difficult to do, especially if you want to really use it as a product in healthcare. So what's your opinion on this?
Okay, very important. If you send students to school and the school is teaching you wrong things, then the student will not learn good things. So don't trust big data, because the big data have a lot of data, as Shimi mentioned, is wrong, error. So if you don't screen the data first to make sure that the machine learning, that AI only learn the right data, then he also will learn something wrong. So if some medication error, the prescription already error, but nobody knows that is in the history. But the machine AI will go dig it out and learn it. So that will be a big problem, and nobody know what the machine really learn. But if you be very carefully, only teach him this is right, this is right. Anything against this right, then that must be something wrong. When you have something wrong, then you say this is category 2. We need to have a human involved to check. But if everything is right for that first category, we can let the machine say, make a decision, say it's automation. But if something wrong in the second category, then you have a human being involved. Then you also can divide it into subcategory. For example, the cheaper labor, then for the category 2, and the more experienced expert to diagnosis or only check the category 3. So in this case, you can keep the cost lower and make accuracy higher and more efficiency. So when we design AI to do things, we always try to do teamwork, as we say. You not just only design an AI to do everything. You design different AI to do different things and make them work together. So that is our approach. I hope that I answer Ximin's question.
Yeah.
So you mean only when you train the correct data, then you can increase the accuracy. Is that what your takeaway message?
Not just increase accuracy, it's very accurate.
So 100% accuracy. Let me put it this way.
100% accuracy, no question asked, because you say this is red, it's red. If it's not red, it's reject.
So it's better to have people involved in the training phase, make sure each data is correct to train AI.
In this case, yes. I don't mean in every case you should do that. It's case by case different. But for the case for building this case, this kind of a business scenario, that is the approach and easy to adopt. You don't need to create a very difficult technology. You just create a simple technology, but use a good methodology to manage it.
So can I say that because the total code still limited, right? It won't be unlimited. So you just make sure the AI learn every single code correctly. So
yes,
when you make decisions. So this kind of method cannot apply to the problem that there's unlimited data. That then you cannot.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Yeah, because in this field, the CPD code, I guess it's only less than 10,000, and the GRD, DRG is only 550 something category, so it's not so complicated.
Yeah, so I think Ximin is a very special the user case to pretty much hit 100% accuracy, which means you make sure the training data is 100% correct. You're human involved, make sure training phase is correct. So then the real user case will be all accurate, right?
So
yeah.
So that sounds like a rule-based algorithm to me. So you just list all the possible rules and exhaust the list, right? If there's a case,
that's true.
Then, okay, then if there's a case, there's actually no learning part in it. You basically just sort of brute force all the possible combinations and allow the possible combinations, right?
That's right. That's right. So let me come back to this question.
Mm-hmm.
So for AI, a lot of people have a different definition.
Right.
Then for my AI, I would say that AI is a kind of a decision support system. It's easy, it takes away some part of a human's decision making process or assist the human to make a decision. At the end, the final code is replace human to make a decision. So if you are not passing through the rule-based is also AI, but people, if you are not thinking about rule-based is a kind of AI, you will not be able to reach another level. That means chaos AI. That means no rule is rule AI. So it's a kind of a step by step. So, but right now, all the people, when they jump in, the big problem I see is that they see big data. Data is gold. Who owns the data is on gold. No, data is rubbish. Who owns the data own a lot of rubbish. That's from my viewpoint. But if it's a good quality data, the story is different. But it's hard to get a very clean, good data because you need data scientists to do the cleanup. So it's a data scientist, hey, say, hey, I'm not Jeanette. I'm not scientist. Why should I do the data cleanup? Unfortunately, if you don't do the data cleanup, the algorithm will not be right. But once you clean all the data, the algorithm is become rule-based. Do I make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. And we have also another question about the audience asking. They assume AI360.work itself is a small company. Are you also using your product AI360.work within your own company?
Sure. Yeah. So that AI360.work, all those things is modular. So if you want to implement it, it got to be customization. Just like you go to a tailor who make the clothes for you, it's always tailor-made. Otherwise, it's difficult to use. Take a lot of example. Say our QMS is a kind of a Lego system idea. It can use in banking, in even cooking restaurant, or manufacturing like Foxconn. But you say why? Same logic, but you need to do a little bit adjustment. It's just like a SAP or Oracle. Everything you buy, you think it's a kind of things pre-made. Yes, it's pre-made. But if you are only trying to use a pre-made, actually it's not good for you. So it don't work. It's not like a car. The car is very standard. But for human software to run the business, actually is very different. Very different. Take an example, accounting. In some area they call appreciation. The other companies say it's amortization. They use a different terminology to present the same things. So if you don't do this adjustment, it will not work. And also fixed assets. Sometimes say our current assets is means 1 year, less than 1 year, we call it the current assets. The other companies say less than 3 years, we call it the current assets. And the regulation, IFRS, International Financial System, it say they have certain definition. And the SEC, GAAP, GAAP, American one, have different definitions. So it's so complicated in real world. And how can a software without change, tailor-made can fix all? That's impossible. But as I mentioned, AI360.work is not just try to aim for SaaS. SAS, AAS, this kind of a software system is deal with one task. So it can be run without make any change. And everybody can use it. Just like we are using Line, we are using Zoom. And most of people, 90% of people can use it because the function is very simple. That's all. Hey.
Got it. So our time is almost up, but I want to ask you final questions. We want you to share your journey of creating this software company. What's the most difficult challenging you face, and how did you deal with it? Could you share with the community?
Do not know the destination very well, or maybe I say I have a North Star to guide me, but I don't really know where is my destination. Every year I think about I'm going to reach the destination. There's a new things come out. There's a new challenge come out. There's a new competition come out. So I have to keep on moving it. Sometimes I have a revision 1, a revision 2. I think, okay, it's good enough, revision 2. No, it's you have to keep on moving it, revision 3, revision 4. Actually frustrated, very frustrated. People is keeping doing the same thing again and again and again. On the good thing, good way, say, okay, we make it improved. On the other way, say, it's endless. can I take a rest? No, you can't. So this mental challenge is most difficult for software business. A lot of brands, a lot of companies, they just move 5 years and it's a marathon, but they have to give up. It's hard to keep on. You could see a lot of a small software company really cannot carry on. But hardware company, you will see that 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 50 years, a lot of hardware companies really long-standing, but software is really challenging.
Yeah, and you mentioned about hardware company lasting long, right? And you also know that for how the key difference between hardware and software company, that hardware require lots of huge capital investment compared to the software company. And also for hardware company, it's gonna take years to come out hardware design, but software, you said keep revision, right? But for the first revision or each revision usually is faster than software. Of course, hardware depends on how big the project is. But I'm just saying that if you just compare apple to apple, hardware usually cannot come out as fast as the software revision. For example, like iPhone, they come out once a year, but a software, you can have a new revision once per couple months. What I'm trying to discuss with you is, you said it's keep revisioning in software, but hardware is even harder to do the revision. It takes a long time. How can the hardware company last longer?
This question have two parts. If I don't miss it, first part, Wilson just asked, the hardware business need a lot of investment. Yes, it's true, but it is for 20th century. For 21st century, no longer like that, because you always can outsourcing. So if you are only know marketing and the design, you're already good enough. But sometimes you even don't know the design, you have an idea, you still can find a very good design house to design your product. And they even send you the product and you still hadn't paid them. So for the capital wise, hardware really, from my viewpoints, don't get involved a lot of capital.
Oh.
But and the hardware, if you manage it well, the revision is not a problem. If you have a talent, for example, a lot of hardware companies that they have a generation 1, generation 2, generation 3, all in the same path. The keep carry on, but they just release generation 1, and once it's mature, they release generation 2. They are doing it parallel. They are not doing it like a stream. So that's the reason why you see every 3 months is the hardware release another one, the hardware release and another new model. Okay, then now I'll come back software. Software is a keep on correct the bugs, but people don't call it the bugs. Say I'm upgrade, make it better. So sometimes you think software is getting better and better, and every week it releases something new. Definitely not. It's most of the cases cover the bug, get rid of the bug. When software try to do something new, the great challenges come out. User interface. A lot of user interface need to be changed. And the user interface cannot be changed in one day. That's a lot of human resources. So in my experience, to write code, say example, to write code take 1 day. To do the user interface take 7 days. To know your customer what they want take a month. So really the bottleneck is not the code. It is the interface. And it's what customer want, because customer every day they change what they want. They have a genie's lamps. Say, hey, genie, I want, can you grant me some wish? Then he wants it to come true. So that's how customer, so you cannot keep the past with it. So on the software side, at the beginning, you think the investment is tiny. But once you get in, you will find out is a huge money consuming business. If you want to keep up your business, you need to spend. If you think you $10 can be finish your job, but actually it's $1,000 at the end. Very, very surprised. If you are trying to be in software business, I wish you have this mentality. Otherwise, you will be not 90%. You will not be not 10%.
Thank you, Yo. Actually, I really opened my mind after you shared this a key difference between software industry and hardware industry. You really reversed my thinking. For example, you told us that the business model, the hardware, they can do project in parallel, right? And the software, actually, they have to keep revisions for fixing the bug. So it's a total different kind of world. So that's why Yus is very excited in the software industry. So next time we're gonna shift to the topic 2. Do you want to do some advertisement for your next topic? What is that about?
The next topic is more important than this topic because this topic is only laid down the background to let you understand business model. What is a business model? The real business model, once you try to put it in practice, you need to know there are 4 components. These 4 components that business model is that the way we make money, okay? But I'm going to decompose it to make it more workable. So these 4 components I can right now to tell you as a homework that you can do it. First one is the most important one is value proposition. Your business got to have a value proposition. But what is value proposition? I will tell you next time. The second one is target market. Where is your target market? Who is your target market? What is your target market? How to reach your target market? The second component is a target market. Because if you pick up a different target market, everything is different. The business model will be not the same. So you have to know that. The third is operations. Operations is that how you get your resources, how you make your product. Do I outsourcing it? Do I make it at home? How a lot of things. There are a lot of tricks, something you hadn't seen before because you are not in this industry. You will think about that's the only way is to get my resources is this way. No. There are a lot of creative way to get the resources, to get the funding, get your customer, to get your products. So that is all related to your business model. And the last thing is, again, is very important. The last component is growth. How you grow your business. If you select a different path to grow your business model will be different. For example, if you select, say, hey, I want to grow it organically. Okay, that is organic business model. If you say, I want to purchase the acquisition, all my purpose is to sell my company out. So spin-off, that is how you grow your business. If you don't know what is it, of course, you have no choice. But if you know you have so many options, then you can do a lot of combination, mix and match these 4 components, then build up a very unique business model for hardware, for software, or software hardware combined. Doesn't matter. Even if you try to sell beef noodle, the same business model you can apply. So we are talking about lots of things in details next time.
Thank you, Yo. Thanks so much for your very detailed introduction and promotion for the next event. So thanks everybody's time to join this time. We will send a survey to all of you who registered this event. Please give us feedback. We cannot do better without your feedback. So please support this survey and give us some feedback, and welcome everyone who want to join us volunteer. Please also let us know what we can do better. So thank you again very much for you guys' time, and thank you, York, your time, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you everybody's time. Bye-bye.